Bill Burt, Executive Sports Editor of the Eagle-Tribune, also Ace Bruins reporter right now. I'm going to be covering the Bruins throughout the playoffs, as we've done the last couple of years, and I want to take a look at three things to look for in tonight's game in Montreal at the Bell Center for the Boston Bruins. One, look for a better start from the Bruins. I think what we've seen here is that I think the Bruins are the better team. I think they've shown they're the better team 5-on-5. Other than the power play goals for Montreal, there really hasn't been much of a match. But the problem is the Bruins have had some dead periods, and I'm talking about first periods where they've started out slow, fell behind 1-0. See, they don't have a fear of losing to Montreal, so they're not worried about falling behind. I liken this back to last year against Toronto when going up 3-1, they let Toronto back in it and ended up in the final game down 4-1, had to come back and win that game. So I think they're playing with fire. I think they realize it. I think if you go back to last year, after that Toronto series when they finally woke up, they beat the Rangers in 5, they swept Pittsburgh, and at one point were up 2-1 in an overtime game against Chicago, have a chance to win the Stanley Cup. I think you're going to see the Bruins probably play their best game, or at least their best first period of the playoffs. Not so much they have to take the lead, but play good, more of a 1-0, 0-0, down 1-0 tops. But the two goals falling down 2-0, falling behind 2-0, and the third period the other night when literally 8 minutes without a shot on goal, I don't think you're going to see that. So one's a good start. Two, David Krejci, sort of the disappointment if there is one of the Bruins playoffs. Through 7 games, 3 assists. In their 2 long runs in 2011 and last year, he had, I think it was 10 goals and 12 goals. He's got to score, and he led the playoffs in scoring. He's got to score goals, and I think we're going to see him get a little more aggressive. It was brought up by Coach Claude Julien after the game. It's not so much his line, because his line is playing well. Lucic is really on the puck. But I think we're going to see David Krejci, and I think they're going to need to see David Krejci start picking it up. He's the one player in a 2-2 game against Chicago Blackhawks, who I think the Bruins will end up playing, that he can make a play, and he can create his own shot and create his own goal. Bruins don't have a lot of those players. They rely on really, I think they're underrated offensively, but Krejci can do things on his own. Number 3. It's probably the most important one because I think Tuukka Rask, I think we found out that he just had a baby girl in between the first 2 games of this series, and I think his mind was probably elsewhere. Well, I think that's going to change. I have come to the conclusion he's the best goalie in the NHL right now, other than maybe the guy out in Los Angeles who's had a couple of tough games. I think Tuukka Rask, this is his time. It's starting tonight. He's had success, believe it or not, in Montreal, less at the Garden. A big game for Tuukka Rask. The Bruins win this game 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 tops, and Rask plays like I think he is, because he's probably going to have to. I think Montreal's going to play probably their best game of the series, but I also think the Bruins are too, and it's going to be up to Rask. So it's up to Rask to win a game. That hasn't happened yet. Might have happened maybe in one game against Detroit. I think this is it. So in summary, if you ask me, the Bruins are the better team. It's 1-1. I think they've proven, and I think they got to Carey Price, the goalie from Montreal, a little bit. So I believe the series is trending back to where it belongs with the Bruins, and I believe tonight in the first period, we're going to see why. So that's it for now. We'll have another pregame update going into Game 4 on Thursday. Thanks.